We were just talking to your coach about Saturday's game and the difference between the first half and the second half. What do you think the difference was for you guys between the first half and the second half against Michigan State?
We adjusted and we just kept fighting. You know, we did some good things in the first half. Then they started moving the ball a little bit, and we stopped the run early on. They started passing a lot, so going into the second half, we had to change our mindset a little bit and get after them.
Talked to Joe and Derek yesterday, and they talked about people kind of giving speeches in the locker room at halftime, and your name was mentioned as someone who had some words in the locker room. What did you say in the locker room?
I just, pretty much for not going out like this, I just told everybody to pick it up and, keep fighting throughout the game, and, good things will happen for us.
Have you always been the type of guy to do that, to speak up at halftime in the locker room, or is that something that's new?
No, I'm usually keep to myself, but I'm an older guy now, and people looking at me for leadership, and so.
So what motivates you, I guess, in that moment to do it? Is you kind of picking your time and thinking, I really need to say something now?
No, these are just my guys, and if I have something on my mind that I feel like I should share with them, I just go ahead and share it. It's not all the time thing, just something comes to my mind and I feel like they need to hear it, then I'll let them know.
There was a perception nationally before last week that Oregon couldn't handle a big physical team. Do you feel like that has been dispelled?
Not necessarily dispelled with one game. People have their own opinions of us as a team, and we're taking it game by game. We did a good job against them, but now we're on to the next game. We got to perform again. For
your play, especially in the second half, it seemed like you were disrupting a lot in the second half. How do you feel about how you played in your game against Michigan State?
I think I played pretty well. I made some mistakes early on, but I kept fighting through those, and just like all the rest of my teammates, we kept fighting through that, and we were relentless, and we ended up getting the job done.
Do you feel like you guys are, can bring a physical presence to this team and can match up against any size, any type of physicality?
I think so. I can consider myself a physical player. In those individual matchups, I feel like I have the upper hand. So.
Don was talking about you being full-time football now and how much of an effect that's had on you. How much do you think you've grown because of that, because of your decision to focus only on football?
It was a big decision for me. I had a lot more time to dedicate to learning football, and football is a lot you can learn. It's never ending, so try to soak up as much knowledge as I can, and not playing basketball gave me more time to do that.
Do you think there's been a concrete difference because of that?
I would say so. I think it's been very beneficial for me, and it's been helping me this season.
Looking ahead now to Wyoming, it doesn't have, to us and to most fans, it doesn't have the same luster that Michigan State did. How do you personally get up for a game like this coming off of last Saturday?
It's the next game. We're going to get everybody's best shot, and if you're not ready for them, things can happen. So you got to come out with the same mindset against every team, and that's to dominate them. So.
Have you looked at tape of Wyoming yet?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about them?
They're a good team. They're coached very well. Power run operation team, which we have faced for the past couple weeks now. So I think it would be a pretty good game.
Thanks, Arik.